Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. We welcome you to another session of Orlando Ascended. In this session, we'll be having a closer look at two mages in the lovely city of Orlando, to be more precisely, at the Hermetic Chantries Library. One, Mina Ardent, has agreed to meet one Dr. Wolf in the library, and through communication, mostly via SMS, a time and a place has been set. So as we zoom in into the scene, we see one of the mages, Damien, enter into the Hermetic Library and is looking around. And with this, we start our scene.
Damien is reading a book. She is sitting at a desk. She is taking notes. It's in a very, it's quite crazy Mina fashion. She probably doesn't see Damien coming in.
Yeah. Damien runs his index finger over the spines of a few books and sees something. Yes, forces for slightly more advanced mages. Takes it out and will just very casually slender over to her, making a nice wide bow so that she could actually notice him from the corner of her eye, and will try to find a place to sit more or less opposite of her.
Damien, how are you? She looks up and smiles.
I'm doing pretty well, actually. Would be pretty hard to do any better. Yourself?
I can do better, but I'm fine.
So, how have things been since last we saw each other?
Nothing has changed except like a couple of things I heard. I'm studying and enjoying my privileged life now.
Yes, I have to say, it is nice not to be penniless anymore.
I agree. It's nice to be not to be penniless anymore.
Yes. I probably should have done this way earlier. But then again, things were quite hectic. But yes, I've been able to acquire a bit of property, a bit away, a bit quieter. Has done me wonders, including on studying. Finally was able to crack that nut that I was having with, let's just say, getting into the sphere of forces, but my, has it been illuminating.
So you want to learn forces a bit more.
Yes, at the very least with perception and a very little bit of modification. He looks around. I've finally been able to give myself night vision, and I'm talking about the kind that you can use in total darkness. I'm very pleased with that, but it's not quite the same as the redirection of flame, for example.
Direction of flame is a quite cool one. When you burn your jacket, burn my jacket a couple times. Sometimes you don't get fire around, so you kind of create your own.
That is true. He smiles sheepishly as he looks at his leather satchel, one of the side pockets bulging a little bit.
It's totally something you can do. I can teach you. It's completely okay. How is your initiation to the order is going?
I was able to have an illuminating talk with Professor Xavier, and I'm following his advice and getting myself more acquainted with the Forces sphere before basically at any moment a test could be sprung on me.
She smiles. I'm sure you will pass.
I would like to think that I'm not that easily conquered anymore.
Conquered?
Defeated. Knocked out before I can do something. Stuff in that direction.
I understand. I'm going to be asking you a weird question, if you don't mind me asking.
Why have I got the feeling we probably shouldn't even be using the word weird anymore? Because some would say that everything is, and thus the word has become meaningless.
I actually think this is quite weird. I don't understand how everyone is being quite normal.
Oh well, a certain amount of subjectivity can happen. But anyway, please, go ahead.
I hear there are people who's working for vampires now. And I hear she's kind of like, she says it like even she can't believe herself. Eutanatos. Working for vampires. The death cult, who tries to hunt outside of those who lives in the wheel, works for a vampire. When I came to this city, I have seen many new things. People talking about openly about talking to demons. That was a pass. It was hard to swallow, to be honest, but you know, everyone says it's okay, so it becomes okay. Then I have seen people being quite weird and people coming into this order that I put my life into like it's nothing. And now I see people breaking their oaths.
At the very moment. Oh, sorry.
I'm not just disappointed, I'm angry.
Why would the Euthanatos work with a vampire? That just sounds like an excellent way to get into a lot of trouble.
I don't care about their end game or current game. Why Eutanatos would have worked with a vampire, I have no idea. And I don't want to know. If I had any Eutanatos contract, I would tell them and let them burn.
I rather hope not that that's the case, because
maybe
frankly,
this is like something they're doing to kill that vampire, like playing some old ass game. Now that would be understandable, but actually working for that person, it's not something I will accept. Like I don't have anything to say about Eutanatos. That doesn't mean I can't just ignore them. Like I ignore certain individuals in the city. I will continue to do so. To be honest, I have to tell you, realize how my parents are now. When you see something so crazy outside, you don't want to contact it anymore. You just leave it be. And then people start telling you, oh yeah, they have high noses.
I frankly am a bit confused from where that came from. But then again, you did warn me that it was going to be a weird question.
Yeah.
Okay. No. An offer was brought towards me, and I declined because I don't work for vampires. The very thought wrinkles my skin.
Very thought makes me want to burn that vampire. That dared upon find it like fitting for himself to come to us and offer that we can work for him.
Oh, and the offer was too good to be true, and that was already the. Apart from the fact that that fellow is over 900 years old, and that should already be ringing alarm bells. When something looks too good, it is too good, and there are normally ugly hooks attached.
Yeah.
I saw that there was at least one werewolf working for that fellow. Must have been also at least one changeling. I personally didn't see any mages there, but then again, I wasn't actively really looking for that. I was more keeping my wits about me, just in case there would have been any foul play. That didn't happen, interestingly enough. But yeah, I declined, politely but firmly. And why the hell should I even bother trying to get a job with such an entity? Just so that they get more control over me? Fuck that. I'm trying, if anything, to loosen the amount of control that is over me. I thought that was basically one of the points that I'm striving towards.
I think any hermetic who accepts working for a vampire is not a true hermetic.
Not with what I've read in your history books, I have to say.
Exactly.
Ooh.
I remember.
Yeah, I will not mention the group nor the other group that was involved, but yeah, that should be a warning to all. And Damien seems genuinely quite pissed off at the whole idea.
You should take care of Jesse. If you can. He's out of my reach, it seems, for some reason, but nobody should tell him to accept an offer.
He, as far as I know, he wasn't offered one, but when he heard about what I'd been offered, he automatically said no, and I was very proud of him at that moment.
I'm happy to hear this.
Yeah.
I'm, again, livid to hear this. The order I put my life work into. I put my life for this, you know?
I probably can't, but I'll try to empathize.
Just a second, LOC.
No problem.
I'm sorry, I'm back. The laws I follow to me are quite sacred. The codes. It's an ancient oath that allegiance is all of us together. And it's quite open. So people must be dumb enough to join ignoring these rules? They learn nothing from history. It's a sick joke to me, to be honest. They're lucky Uncle Xavier's here, quite frankly. Because there would have been blood in these. Chauntry. Probably my own, but I don't care. But yeah.
Yes. As for your request, I'm already on the job. I'm currently functioning as his, how should I say, temporary mentor.
Gotcha.
Provisional. I couldn't think of a better term at the moment. It's a very unofficial thing. He puts his hands up. No insult was meant.
No, I understand.
But yes, I'd seen that he was depressed and needed basically a good kick in the butt, but also some motivation. So I'm instructing him as good as I can on what I've learned. And I'm also seeing that he's a little more ready for whatever conflict might be coming our way. Because it tends to happen. It's more a question of when than of if. At least as far as my existence as a mage so far has taught me. There'll always be conflict. It comes and goes like the waves.
Conflict, they're really conflict. That is quite easy to understand.
I try to deal with the facts I'm faced with. Or quote unquote the reality, if one wants to be so gauche.
I will teach you about the forces. You don't need to worry about that.
Thank you very much. For whatever reason, it's... Yes?
It is good for protection. You may need fire.
Well, good thing I have a torch that can burn even underwater. So at least a source of pretty... I have to say, I am very pleased with this wonder. I'm very pleased I was able to acquire it. But yes, anything you can teach me about the forces would be useful. I haven't been able to find that much literature when it comes to gravity. Would you happen to know something about that, or at least be able to direct me maybe to the right section in the library? Who knows, maybe I'm just overlooking something.
She kind of like points her hand and a book comes to her hand because I like doing that. Oh, see?
Yeah.
With Forces Tree? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
And she hands her the book. It's not something you can find everywhere. I was surprised that we can mess with the gravity.
I guess because it is a force in its own right, but probably for quite a long time just, how should I say, wasn't really on our radar.
Yes.
I would guess. You know, you can say about science what you want, but occasionally it can be very... It can point out things. And he'll take the book and give her a respectful nod. Neat trick, by the way. Thank goodness that was only only a book. Who knows what you could do with that one with different objects or materials.
Many things, but I try not to think about how, fighting. Always ready, but never going blind.
That's what I'm trying. Also to try and keep my scope a little bit more open, not to fixate on combat, for that's only one aspect where things can be used. Beg your pardon, spheres can be used.
That was Clea. She smiles.
Damien just feels uncomfortable at that point. Just sort of winces a little bit. She's in one piece and she seems to be okay.
Happy to hear that.
Nothing out of the ordinary, really.
She shrugs.
And he looks to me and looks for a while in her eyes, not breaking his gaze. I hope you don't have the impression that what has been gifted to me in knowledge so far was completely unearned.
No, I don't think that way.
Happy to hear that. And
I think hearts do prove that you study hard. So why not give it to you while you already were trying to learn so hard? The problem with those who doesn't try. The problem with those who says lofty words earns the power and secrets of this order, and then just break those words like nothing happened when they have convenient offers from leeches and those who we fought in our history.
The dead always covered the living. I don't think that's
Yeah.
going to change in 300 years or in 1,000.
How they expect us to respect something that feeds on humans, that kills humans.
Yes. And there is a grim expression on his face. Never again will I be prey for other things. That memory will probably haunt me to the day that I ascend, or die, or whatever else might be in store for me. But I'd rather try and struggle and see if I can't smith my own path, even if other forces might try to yank me one way or the other.
She nods.
At least I'm happy to say Jesse has improved in his use of forces.
That's good to know.
I have to say I'm quite pleased that I regularly saw him come here, do his research, get back, test out a few things.
I recently learned electromagnetics. They look nice.
I have a memory of what I think we could describe as a ballistic helmet, and the ballistic parts that you could actually put on. I remember that they were fixed on with magnets, very powerful magnets, but you would still be able to, a certain degree, also exchange the plates if they got damaged. I don't know if that's any use to you, but might be an idea.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My paradox seems to have calmed down enough that I soon, hopefully, should be able to finish my empowering job on your remaining pieces of clothing.
I'm happy to hear this.
Yeah. I could have already started earlier, but at that level, I thought how should I say, if something were to go wrong, the backlash could be quite nasty. So I thought I'd rather have it at a level I can better deal with, should that eventuality arise. So far, my hunt for a familiar hasn't gone quite as well as I hoped, but good things need time.
To be honest, this troubled news makes me want to search things. Things that I know I can find, things that I know I can use,
Mm-hmm.
things that I know quite potent and used in bad ways.
Well, like with so many things, it can be used for good or it can be used for ill. The choice is ours.
Yes.
If there's supposed to be some subtext here, I'm probably missing it. But then again, what would be new from men? Or to be more precise, what would be new in my case? Sometimes I wish I was a little better at the whole socializing thing.
You're not terrible. I
Thank
have
you.
seen terrible. As she thinks about certain cyborg in her mind.
As Damien also thinks of a certain cyborg in his mind. But he doesn't say much to it. Yeah, yes. Then again, I don't like the idea of using life to, for example, alter pheromones and try and get over friendly reactions from people. That does seem a little bit too manipulative for my taste.
I'm sorry, I'm a bit silent today, but yeah.
Yeah. Or put it that way, it would seem very frivolous to use something like that for something so petty, I guess. I mean, it's not as if I were trying to get some vital information, I don't know, out of a technocratic, I don't know, operative or something like that, so that we could get some vital information. That, of course, would be something else. Still manipulative as hell, but at least it
I'm
would be for a good reason.
I'm quite surprised that we don't have a lot of technocrats here and we have a bunch of problems and stupid problems.
Yeah, come to think of it, why? I'm not quite understanding why in this city things
Because
are bunching up like that.
I think people, like, I think this city kind of proved to me that people just forgets the rules and why they exist when they become comfortable.
Most of them are common sense. But yeah.
I'm gonna return to my chambers. If there's anything you wish to tell me, please go right ahead. But I kind of want to rest.
Oh, I wouldn't really know what to tell you.
It's nice to meet with you again. We should not open this. What was the name of that? We should see each other often.
Yep, should be doable. Anyway, I don't want to keep you up any further. I'll let you know if there are any noteworthy developments. And he reaches out and offers her a hand.
She will shake it and then get up.
And Damien will, after a while, after he's read the preface of the book, go and see if he can check it out and go back to his new beach house and do some more research. And with that, I just want to say thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This was another scene for Orlando Ascended. Have a nice evening.
Orlando YOLO venue.